All right, I want to thank everybody who watched my video after last night's victory against Iowa State. I appreciate everybody. I really do. All the new subscribers, everybody that's tuning in to watch my videos. I really appreciate you guys. I want to dive right into this game upcoming against Kansas. I understand next week is Thanksgiving. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody out there. And a lot of people are going to be traveling, be busy. The game is Friday. Keep that in mind. And from what I'm seeing, it's going to be at 11 a.m. So keep that in mind. I just want to dive into this game against Kansas. Kansas with a 3-8 record. Texas with an 8-3 record. This is a very important game for the Longhorns. Big 12 championship implications. If they win this game, they will move on to face somebody. We'll see who that is. Anyway, like I say, Texas ranked 13th going into this game. Sam Ehlinger, let's look at some stats now for Texas. Sam Ehlinger may not play this game. I don't know. Bruising to his shoulder that was injured. If Shane Buechele has to play in this game, I think we'll be fine. I really do. Going to go through some things here in a minute. I watched some video highlights, Kansas against West Virginia, and I think that we'll be able to exploit their secondary especially. We'll get into that a little bit later. But let's see. So Sam Ehlinger now, 2,620 yards passing at 65%, 21 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, 375 yards rushing. Sam Ehlinger now with 295 attempts without an interception. That is amazing. Running backs, Ingram coming in with 625 yards rushing. Trey Watson with 577 yards rushing. Offense is averaging 424.8 yards per game. Pretty good. All right, let's get into Kansas a little bit. This is the team that we're playing. We know what we can do offensively. The defense, I can't say enough about last night's performance. They just really played outstanding. We need to stand up against Kansas. And we need to manhandle them, simple and plain. Get to that quarterback, rattle his cage. And especially their running back. They have, I'm going to get into that here in a minute, this guy Williams that they have. This guy is very dangerous. We have to be able to stop the run. And our defense in the secondary, that's hurting. We got to stay on our guys. And stop the passes over the middle and deep down the field because they will take shots. They got nothing to lose. They're going to come after us, no doubt. So Kansas, let's talk about some losses. They lost to Baylor 7-26. They lost to OSU 28-48. They lost to West Virginia 22-38. They lost to Texas Tech 16-48. And they lost to Iowa State 3-27, and to Kansas State 17-21, and to OU 40-55. Now, I'm not knocking this team because they have been much improved here recently. Their offense is averaging 355.8 yards per game. Peyton Bender, the quarterback, with 1,740 yards passing, 12 touchdowns, only 2 interceptions, with a rating of 57.8. The running back that I mentioned earlier, Puka Williams, 1,017 yards rushing, averaging, now take a look at this, averaging 8.5 yards per carry. This guy is dangerous. We got to contain this Puka Williams. Let's see, 8 touchdowns for Puka Williams. Texas with more yards per game by about 60. So Kansas is gaining some yards on, offense. There's no doubt about that. Watch the video highlights, Kansas against West Virginia. You can do the same. Kansas, their secondary looked like they were playing off the receivers. West Virginia was able to exploit their secondary. I believe we'll be able to do the same thing. No doubt. That's what I'm seeing. Go through my notes here. Texas must contain Puka Williams. Yeah, I just mentioned that. Ability to see the hole and break for big gains. Right up the gut. I mean, take it for a lot of yards. So very good vision does this running back have. Texas can exploit the secondary of Little Jordan Humphreys, Duvernay, and Calvin Johnson. I think Little Jordan Humphreys is going to be them trying to contain this guy. I think it's going to be a mismatch. I think he's going to have a big day. Duvernay also the same thing. Calvin Johnson, I think we're going to mix it up. If we play Shane Buechele, I think we'll be fine. I think that our defense will be able to take charge again if they play like they did last night. We have to contain this running back. Also, this is a passer that is very, he's showing quite a bit of accuracy, hitting guys on the post, hitting guys outside. He's got some pretty good accuracy. Only 2 interceptions, so like Sam Ehlinger, he makes smart decisions. So I do think Texas will take this game, no problem. My prediction for this game, Texas, I'm going to say 34 to 17, Texas. So you guys have a very good, very happy Thanksgiving. The game is Friday. Keep that in mind, 11 a.m. This is our last game of the season before we move on to the Big 12 championship. I do see that happening, and I will be covering pre and post on that championship game as well. Also, I'm going to do a post game on our game with Kansas, so stay tuned for that. If you have not already, subscribe, click on that bell so you'll be notified of all my videos so you won't miss anything. And if you haven't, please subscribe. I do this, I enjoy doing this. I enjoy bringing you guys a little bit of information on the opposing teams that we're facing and give you some of our stats as well. So you guys have an awesome week. Have a very good Thanksgiving, and I will see you with the post game. Take care.